Welcome back, guys. Let's do this. I have the Tab S7 Fan Edition and the Tab S7 Normal Edition right here. If you are as confused as I am as to why the Fan Edition exists, well, welcome to the club and welcome to this video. I am going to shed some light into this topic today. Did you know that 85% of you guys that are watching my videos are not subscribed? Look, in order to build an alliance, we need to be one. The bigger the channel, the bigger the force. Please subscribe. Holding both tablets next to each other, it is basically exactly the same as holding the Tab S7 Plus next to the Tab S7. The biggest difference here you will find on the back of the Fan Edition. It simply does not have a dedicated carved out area for your S Pen. The pen itself will magnetically attach really well, regardless of the missing landing strip. You can also place the pen on top, which works really well. The Tab S7 pen has Bluetooth functionality, whereby the Fan Edition does not. Naturally, this means you have to charge your S Pen for the Tab S7 regular version if you are into using those Starload-like features. On the top, you have your on and off button, volume rocker, SIM card / micro SD card tray. Biggest differentiation here is that the Tab S7 has a fingerprint sensor installed in the on and off button. The Fan Edition, however, does not have a fingerprint sensor, full stop. It does come with a face recognition, which is the only biometric login option for this device, whereby the Tab S7 regular version has both fingerprint scanner and face recognition. Moving on, you have a USB-C port for charging, keyboard connector pin, and one speaker on each side for the Tab S7 Fan Edition and two speakers for each side of the Tab S7 regular version, which means dual speakers versus quad speakers. Dolby Atmos is included for both tablets. I'm sorry to say there is no headphone jack on either device. Here we go, display comparison. I am going to try and describe my experience rather than reading numbers of Samsung's marketing material, because by doing so, one could easily think both displays are the same, just different sizes, when in fact they are quite different. Number one challenge for the Tab S7 Fan Edition is that the display does not get as bright. That's number one fact. In fact, so much so that when I was writing in Samsung Notes earlier at an angle, that it was considerably darker than the Tab S7. But there is more. The white is not white on the Fan Edition, it is grayish, darkish, it's like a dark tint. I have no better way of describing it, and you may not see it as I just mentioned, but it is my real life experience. When I was holding both devices side by side, I can see an immediate difference in the Tab S7 display. As a matter of fact, I would describe the difference quite significantly. The white in the Tab S7 is bright and white. I checked all settings and there's nothing to be found within the menu system for the Fan Edition that could change this appearance. Anything colorful looks also washed out, and I'm sorry to say, now going back to the specifications for both displays, they are pretty much the same, but then they are not. So Samsung is using a different screen technology for the Fan Edition. And look, I am not an expert in terms of what it is, but I have good eyes. As for the refresh rate, we have 120 Hz on the regular version and 60 Hz on the Fan Edition. However, this will play a significant role later on when using Fortnite. And yes, we all love our entertainment, so both devices have playback for full HD on Netflix, no HDR. 2160p on YouTube. You have to go into the advanced settings in order to enable that, and that is within a native application installed for both devices. But let's do a quick speaker test.
Dress to impress like it's prom night, and when you live in top shelf, you know you gotta set the bar high. Had the same dreams since we was kids, big trips, big cars, and even bigger cribs. Never thought that it would happen just the way it did. Fast forward that now, it's just the way we live. Let's go food and drinks, but what makes you think that this life's made for a king?
So I listened to it a couple of times and I found the Fan Edition speaker to be fuller. The sound was fuller, it got more bass, whereby the Tab S7 was more clear, but not as full. I would say it is a matter of preference. You are now looking at the Tab S7 FE Fan Edition, the selfie camera, and this is the camera you would use for your video calls. You know, the placement is right up here I can see you. What does a microphone quality sound like? That is really interesting to me, but also the picture quality. Let me know in the comments below. Peace. You are now looking at the Tab S7. This is the Tab S7 selfie camera, and I can see that it is a bit wider, but it is different. It is the same placement than the Tab S7 Fan Edition, but it looks different to me already. Let me know which one is better, Tab S7 Fan Edition or Tab S7. I would say Tab S7, but I will have to see, obviously, when I edit this video. Peace. Okay, I want to say that the Tab S7 camera was slightly better, but the microphone was better on the Fan Edition. How do you feel about it? So one of the biggest questions that keep coming up is how much processor speed is enough for a mid-range tablet? Well, let's look at the Geekbench results, and we can easily say that the Tab S7 results is basically double of the Fan Edition. But what about real life experience? Well, I could tell a difference when putting pressure on both devices, like the gaming or anything else heavy. The Tab S7 handled it well. The Fan Edition got stuck sometimes. But I really wanted to see what happens when we use DeX. So here you can see a difference already by just opening DeX, and this theme kind of continued. Many people, including myself, like taking notes on their devices, and I put them against each other here, and I can tell you there is a difference in latency. It felt double, if not more, on the Tab S7 Fan Edition. We know we have the 9 milliseconds for the regular version, but it kind of felt really choppy at times. The Fan Edition was just not there, and I tried several times to be sure, but it turned out it is what it is. Having said that, the Fan Edition has a bigger canvas, so if you are okay with the additional latency and like bigger is better, well, then it is okay. Both tablets come with Android 11, One UI 3.1. Yes, the Fan Edition has DeX, we established that, but also wireless DeX, just like the regular version. As a matter of fact, it also comes with a second screen feature. So again, it depends on your preference. If you don't care and you're not like me, a display snob, then it could work really well for you as a second device. After all, it has a bigger canvas. A quick word on gaming. Our international Fortnite test revealed that the Tab S7 Fan Edition only works up to 30 FPS as of today. Yeah, and even then it is choppy when playing Fortnite. I'm sorry. We do know the Tab S7 gets up to 90 FPS in Fortnite settings, but can reach up to 100 FPS in peak. We tested and tried all of this. So kind of going back to productivity now, I have two native keyboard book cover book covers for both devices, and just wanted to show you the difference quickly here. The Fan Edition keyboard comes in one piece, whereby the Tab S7 comes in two pieces. I found that both versions have their pros and cons. I do like that you can use the Tab S7 keyboard as a stand without the actual keyboard because you can detach it. On the other hand, I like the sturdiness and protection of the Fan Edition keyboard. The layout is obviously different, but I am gravitating towards the Fan Edition layout, not sure why. Last but not least, the battery, and I'm going to do some more testing. A couple of things I found so far. Number one is charging speed on the Fan Edition. It feels like forever. However, in terms of which one lasted longer, I have to say both are pretty similar, with only 1 hour longer for the Fan Edition. So we're talking about 12 hours medium usage versus 13 hours also medium usage on the Fan Edition. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I want to like the Fan Edition. Don't know why. Well, it could well be that the Tab S7 lineup is just good to start with. However, personally, and that is just me, I cannot live with the screen of the Fan Edition, and I am a snob, a display snob, and I'm sorry, maybe for $200 less, the Tab S7 is so much better in every way. And if you don't mind the size factor, then it is simply a no-brainer. Guys, let me know in the comments below which one you would go for. Thank you for watching. As always, until next time, I miss you.